In an era of low and zero interest rates, the hunt for alternative investments has never been more intense or more critical for global investors. Bloomberg Markets magazine is out with its annual ranking of alternative investments, and the top performing asset will probably surprise you. We're here with Devin Banerjee. He's a U.S. investing reporter at Bloomberg News to discuss. Okay, so Devin, the winner is?
Self-storage, Aaron.
Self-storage.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We're not expecting it at all.
Why self-storage? What's driven the returns there?
You know, there are several key demographic trends behind this, one of which is research has shown that self-storage, our demand for self-storage, our need for self-storage arise from significant life events, marriages, divorces, job changes, upsizing homes, downsizing homes.
Yeah, I would think the downsizing, like the end of the housing boom and people downsizing, I think that would have driven a lot of people, but that's a couple of years ago story.
That's a couple of years ago, but if you've seen the statistics, home ownership in the U.S. is actually at its lowest point in 19 years, 64.7% in the second quarter. That's the lowest since 1995. People are not upsizing as much as they used to. While you collect all those things in your home, your kids' toys, your furniture, the gifts from your in-laws, if you're not upsizing and you need a place to put all that stuff, you're
going to
self-storage.
Okay, so how do people invest in these storage units?
So they invest through a kind of unique vehicle called a real estate investment trust. These were actually created back in the 1960s by rules under Congress. And basically what they allow real estate managers to do is list their company publicly so that mom and pop investors, you and I, can go buy shares. They can raise money. What they have to do in exchange, though, is pay out at least 90% of their taxable earnings as dividends.
Right.
So one reason this is so popular, as you were saying in your intro, is that search for yield. You're going to get a big dividend yield. You're going to get payouts from REITs. And so their popularity is extremely high right
so
now.
there's a number of publicly traded ones, Extra Space, Public Storage, CubeSmart, Sovereign Self-Storage are among, so Extra Space has been the best performer. I guess the question, is it too late to get into these stocks now?
So, you know, interestingly, our list is a little backward looking. We were looking over the past 3 years how these things have performed. And if you've looked, and if you look since then, over the past couple of months, there are some warning signs. You know, there are warning signs across the markets, as a matter of fact, and these are listed securities. So there are some warning signs.
So there are obviously risks to that. So again, you know, I think most of our viewers are familiar with REITs. What is it about the self-storage REITs that they've outperformed even within the REIT sector?
So these demographic trends, one for sure, but you have to look also at the flip side of the coin. There's the demand side of the equation, but supply. There's actually a lack of new supply in self-storage. They're not building a lot right now. The industry is consolidating. These large players are going into small towns, trying to expand geographically and acquiring local players. So that lack of new supply is actually also
right. So lack of supply, demand rises, the prices they can charge go up, and also it seems to me that self-storage unit, like it's low overhead once you build the unit, right?
Exactly, it is low overhead. You've set up a website, and also technology has really changed things. I mean, before these guys used to manage their clientele and their inventory on sheets of paper, right, with pin boards, and now there's the internet. You or I, if we wanted self-storage, we're sitting at home on our couch. We can find the closest location. We can find the size of the self-storage room we need. We can see the prices. We can see the duration, and we just click.
Right. It's great business to be in if you own the units, and obviously Americans, we love our stuff, so there's probably always going to be demand. We do have to leave it there. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yahoo!